I'll just put something in that closet.
Feet and hands, eye and brain. A climber concentrates every nerve and muscle on the rock ahead. This is the leader, climbing first, putting in safety runners to secure the rope for his second.
Right, taking your runner out, okay.
That's quite a nice climb, doesn't it?
Climbing today is as safe as it can be, but the crags are not kind if you overstretch yourself.
I don't feel very good here, I'm going.
Hey?
I don't feel very good.
Oh, that's okay, John. Yeah, I've got
Okay.
you. Yeah.
Ah! Okay. All right.
In recent years, more and more equipment has been produced to help the rock climber, specially strengthened ropes and all sorts of hardware to hold those ropes. Special boots to grip the rock, and for the newcomer, lots and lots of good advice. Before you start a climb, you can read what others have done and learned from their experience. Carefully written guidebooks will tell you step by step how to tackle a particular rock face. But there was a time not so long ago when guidebooks were unheard of. Climbing was you against the rock. You didn't write about it. This man helped change all that, and he started by keeping a diary, his own personal account of every crag he climbed, written down so that others could follow. The year is 1916, and Harry Mills Kelly is making a first attempt on a very difficult climb. His wife, Em, is his second, responsible for the rope on which his life may depend.
Okay.
He has called the climb Tower Arrête, and his route will take him over 2 steep ledges up a sheer face, the most difficult part of the climb, and then on to the summit. This is how he later recorded the climb in his journal. Tower Arrête, a name given to a steep edge between North Climb and Tower Face. The first 10 feet is up a crack, landing one on a broad ledge. The next 20 feet is perhaps unclimbable without the rope, as there are only half a dozen holes on this section.
I'm watching you.
Yeah. Oh.
There was one breathless moment.
I'll probably have to grab hold of the rope here.
Okay.
Practically nothing in the way of toe holds and an uncertain grip on the arete with the left hand. The rope was a very model support, and in one instance I relied upon it entirely to change my foothold.
You okay?
Heck, yeah, I'm all right now. I think I've got a good hold. Oh, yeah. Good holds now.
Good.
I'm climbing.
Kelly's wife, Em, was also a climber, but in 1916, women were rarely given a chance to lead a climb. This means climbing first, without relying on the rope. Kelly ends his description of Tower Arete by saying, "It will be an extraordinary thing if this climb is ever led, but who knows? It may one day prove an easy outing for a woman." After a lifetime devoted to climbing, H.M. Kelly died in 1980 at the age of 96. Sid Cross remembers Kelly well and climbed with him often in the early days.
He was a very natural fellow, was Kelly, on the mountains, dedicated. Lots of us thought we were dedicating in those days, but compared to the present days, I doubt if we were. We just enjoyed our climbing. Kelly was just like many others at that time. He climbed whenever he had the opportunity to climb, and this was his dedication. Only a few weeks before Kelly died, my wife and I were with him, and he was telling us of the days when he used to catch the train at Manchester Exchange, I think, very early on the Sunday morning. He got returned to Croydon Station and spend the whole day climbing, and then they'd return to Manchester in the evening.
36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Whew.
Kelly kept careful records of all those weekend trips from Manchester to the peaks of Derbyshire. They were first printed for the Journal of the Rucksack Club, then later as guidebooks in their own right. By dividing each climb into carefully described sections, he set a style that has never been bettered and is still used in guidebooks today. All Kelly's climbs, and there were 42 at Laddo alone, were described in terms of pitches, a pitch being the length of rope required between safety points, or belays. Every pitch was described in detail, where to find the important foot and hand holds, but also the movements needed to reach them.
a bad day now.
Not too bad, no.
You all right?
Yes, thanks, Harry.
Right. It's a grand day.
By today's standards, Kelly and his wife faced the crags with very little in the way of special equipment. Nailed boots and a rough hemp rope were the main items. Even proper clothing was still a thing of the future, as Sid Cross remembers.
Not an anorak, a tweed jacket, and he might have had a pair of riding breeches, but more likely just a pair of old flannels or tweed trousers. Plimsolls, Kelly specialised in to a great extent. Now, plimsolls were the 1 and 11 halfpenny rubber shoe that you bought at the shoe shop, and which you put to use on the crags on dry rock. They were useless on wet rock, but on dry rock you could ascend a route which in those days was not thought possible in nails.
Cave Crack at Laddo was just such a route. In rubber-soled shoes, the climber could hold on by pressing his feet against the cave wall and just reach the chockstone, a small boulder jammed in the crack above. Kelly's description of the climb was written in 1918 and is still used by modern climbers.
I'll just have to watch these boulders here, though. They're a bit unstable.
Cave Crack is reached, first of all, by straddling across the inside of the cave.
Oh, I'll reach the crack.
There are some footholds with occasional finger holds to maintain one's balance.
Brace me back again.
Approaching the crack, the climber faces left and with his back against the right wall, squirms up a little higher until he's able to insert his right arm in the crack overhead and grasp the chockstone.
Got it.
Well done.
Tremendous heat now.
A tremendous one-arm pull is now required, for there is no assistance from the legs except by friction.
Yeah, got it.
You all right?
Yeah, all right. Dear me. I can just get round onto the face.
Then the climber is able to bring his left hand into play and drag himself onto the minute ledge immediately above the cave. The rest of the route is not nearly so difficult, but Kelly pointed out that because the first section is such hard work, tiredness is a big problem near the top.
How's it going?
Heck, strenuous.
It was a beautiful climber to watch, very graceful on the crag, moved very easily and smoothly, and he was a joy to climb with, either as a leader or as one's second.
Whew. Okay, I'm there now.
And balance and easy movement were the movements of Kelly.
Kelly was a pioneer, one of the first to realize that even for something as complicated as climbing a rock face, step-by-step instructions would help and encourage the young climbers who followed him.
Okay, Steve.
Right, just take it up.
Okay.
Come on.
Okay, I'm climbing.
Okay, then. Right.
That's
Are
really
you
good.
finding
Then.
it? No problem.
Smash it.
Modern rock climbing has gone far beyond Kelly's standards. This is Ron Fawcett, one of Britain's top free climbers. So like Kelly, he relies on balance, strength and agility. How would Sid Cross compare them?
I would liken, the movement of Fawcett to the movement of Kelly on the crag. Ron Fawcett is the top of his present day, and Kelly was the top of his day too.
Fawcett and Kelly have something else in common. Like Kelly, Ron also works with his wife, Jill, who is an expert climber in her own right.
Right, Jill.
Their rock climbing began with the early guidebooks.
Good climbing.
They were able to learn from what others had done. And watching Jill in action on Tower Arete shows just how far their sport has come. It will be an extraordinary thing if this climb is ever led. But who knows? It may one day prove an easy outing for a woman.